Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Minkler, good ball fake, gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit. Goes down the lane, double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! Another! And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Make guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the court! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game between top seed and defending champion Pelham and defeated Hanover. Both teams arrive with impressive win streaks. Pelham, they have won 18 straight, while Hanover has rattled off 15 in a row. Both teams played well back on Tuesday night in the semifinals down the road at Oyster River. Pelham, the defending champs, they did it on this floor a year ago, and they follow that up with a 17-1 regular season. A lot of those guys who hoisted the trophy a year ago are back. Hanover, very young squad, only 3 seniors under head coach Ben Davis, but here they are, methodical, a little more traditional style of basketball. It should be a contrast of 2 different styles this afternoon.
That's exactly what I was going to point out. We see a finesse, high-scoring offense with Pelham, and Hanover, more structure offense over and over again until you get a good shot, not a lot of threes. Most of their games during the year, interestingly enough from my sources, were in the 30s. And that game the other night was sort of an anomaly. They scored a lot of points. For them, they scored a lot of points. And we know Pelham will score a lot of points because they have guys that can score. So you're going to have a grinded-out offense on one side and a high-scoring offense on the other. However, here's my one little caveat or my one little issue. Hanover did not shoot free throws well the other day at all. And if that happens again today, you combine that with the possibility of some turnovers, that could change the entirety of the game right there just on free throws alone.
There's head coach Joe Morin. Spoke with us Tuesday night. He's in high spirits. And he expects max effort, of course, from his squad today. Coach Davis on the other side, elated, following a 49-43 victory over Pembroke in the semis. Wasn't quite sure what to expect from this group, but as the year went on, they kept playing better. And now they arrive with a double-digit win streak intact. Nothing to lose, obviously, here on the big stage.
How about last year at one point, this same group was 0-11 to start.
Right.
And then they kind of turned it around, got some wins and started to figure it out. But you have to buy in to what the coach is selling, right? You got to buy into what they're selling. And they're selling a different style of basketball than anybody else plays. It's a slower, again, if we put in the shot clock, then this wouldn't be you have to you can't take the possession or make the possessions that long. But if you can shorten the game, and if you can shorten the game against Pelham, then they have a chance to win. I think that's a huge advantage for them.
Starting lineups being announced here. Growing crowd, second of 4 state championship games today here in this gymnasium. And the fans have turned out as expected. The Pelham fans dressed in blue. They are off to our left, sitting behind us here. And on the other side, the Hanover folks, they had to make a trip all the way across the state to arrive in Durham on the seacoast. So not deterred their fans. They are in droves, for the most part, decked out in the team colors of maroon and white. It's time now for the national anthem here in Durham.
this time, if you please stand, gentlemen, please move right here for the performance of our national anthem.
Well, there it is, the national anthem setting the stage here at the Lundholm Gymnasium in Durham. We're live from the campus of the University of New Hampshire, one of my favorite days of the year. 4 back-to-back state championships. We already saw Concord Christian take care of business this morning.
Handley.
With a convincing victory over Pembroke in the girls' Division II championship. And now we get the boys' side. Obviously, the 2 Division I finals are slated for later on today.
Yeah, it's a very exciting day of games. If you're somebody that loves basketball, I don't know if they have one, but if you have a ticket, you can sit and watch games in a row. Kind of worth it. You get to see one go. But we'll see. I think the teams in the state this year. We're going to miss maybe the.
And a foul is called as Bears point guard Ryan McLaughlin, sophomore, tripped up and is a little ginger as he gets to his feet here trying to shake that one off. The foul against Dom Hurling, his counterpart, the other point guard for Pelham.
And we saw Dom Hurling the other night foul out of a game, and he got in foul trouble relatively early, and that didn't bode well for Pelham. They had to fight to come back to win the game, I think, in overtime, in overtime.
Yard Dave for Chet. First boy, either way here in seconds. Intercepted in the lane.
Down, he played well.
Knocked away in the post again. Loose ball. Hemmerdinger has it. And he'll slow it up as he comes into the front court. Pelham with a 4-0 lead. Player to watch here, Zach James, one of the best three-point shooters on the Pelham team.
Well, keep an eye, too, on the Hanover defense. They do a help side defense. They switch. They show there's help inside.
Hurling off balance, no. Offensive rebound, Connor Travis, yes.
It's a big rebound and a big putback for them early.
So this is the start Coach Moran wanted. This club out in front 6-0, 2 minutes in.
And they're going to start faster. They play offense faster. Hanover doesn't want this game to be fast like that. They'd rather see a slower game.
Thompson for three.
They'll take that.
I think that Ryan McLaughlin got a pretty clean look there from the wing.
Yeah, wide open. Good screen, though. It's a good screen for him, got him open. He
Sophomore.
used the screen well.
Able to get square, cut the lead in half. It's 6-3.
And the other night, they did not shoot threes well either, and they still managed to win the game. Neither team did, but Hanover did not a renowned three-point shooting team. I don't think that's necessarily their game overall.
Bears in a man-to-man. They're switching everything.
Yes, everything up top. All the screens up top or the interchanges they switch. They
There's a
really do
rebound
help side. Help
for the
side.
6'3 sophomore Jason Oriole, his first board. Oriole shined in the semifinal victory over Pembroke. Put up a double-double. Meanwhile, Zach James called for the foul, reaching from behind. That's his first, team second. Nearly 3 minutes in first quarter.
And the other day, too, Frechette, who just brought that ball up and got fouled, was really quiet. No call on the possible offensive foul. No call.
Roy Lucas, despite the contact, got it to go. The sophomore with his first two. 5 unanswered by Hanover. It's a 1-point game again. James off the curl, three-pointer, short. And the rebound belongs to Christian Blix, the 6'3 senior for Hanover. Now the Bears, after trailing 6-0 out of the gate, have a chance for their first lead.
Yeah, they're right there within one.
Oriole given room, thought about it from three-point land, instead finds McLaughlin. Three-pointer, line drive miss, rebound, batted under the rim, and tracked down in the corner by Hurling.
Yeah, Oriole not a three-point shooter. Back to the basket, back your man down, score. He's got size, strength. Good
Hurling
legs.
off the crossover, lost it. The first Pelham turnover. Bears want to run. McLaughlin off balance, tried to bank it, get it.
He went at it, but he tried to get off top.
Well, this one out of bounds.
Good hands, good hands. Wow, taking Oriole out early today. The other day we saw him play the majority of the game. Didn't come out like maybe once the entire game.
Coach Davis going to Oriole and Lucas off the floor. First round subs either way. And here's the steal. Beckett Soul, 5'9" junior, who just checked in, took it away from Hurling. We're midway through the first quarter. Three-pointer out of the corner. Back on miss for track down. Frechette, bounce pass and finish.
Good pass. Really good
Wyatt
pass.
Daigle, who just checked in, the 6'2 sophomore, extends the Hanover run to now 7 unanswered.
And again, right? Good passes, good bounce passes. Guys are getting put. They keep moving without the ball. Good screen, high post passes.
Hemmerdinger. Dumont will sit as well as we get a look at one of their better defenders, Adrian Villanueva.
And then you bring in 3 more players from Hanover, so he's maybe trying to rest players. A little bit of excitement early. They traveled far.
Oriole is back on the floor. Allie Moorhead, 6'3 sophomore, checked in for the first time as well.
A lot of backdoor cuts.
Here's Muirhead.
Overplayed, you go backdoor. Young people, if they overplay.
Now on the near side, Oriole
A little too aggressive.
is going to make contact with Travis and pick up the foul.
A little too aggressive there on the block. Yeah, a lot of rotating. Right now, Hanover rotating guys in and out, in and out. I know that, you know what the thing is? Maybe they believe the court, because the court's a little bit bigger, that you think, okay, we got to sub guys in and out. Just kind of watch them. Make sure they're not tired. Your rotation, if this is your normal rotation, you know, you got to kind of roll with it until guys do get tired. I think stay with what works for you, right? Don't switch it up now.
McLaughlin and Blix, after a very brief rest, back in for Hanover. Travis slashing move, but can't bank it. McLaughlin the board, his second. Oriole down the lane, got it to go, count it, and the foul.
Strong play by Oriole.
The lefty. Sophomore running the floor well. He's got his first two, and Hanover scored 9 unanswered.
And again, these are happening because of good outlets, good passes. The teammates are getting guys open looks at the basket, layups. Now let's see if they can shoot the free throws today, right?
Hanover spread the ball around. 4 different scorers already through 6+ minutes of action here in this first quarter. Pelham scored the first 6. Hanover is countered with a 9-0 run. And that is where we are, 9-6.
Did that quarter seem like it's with 1:56 to left? Did that seem like it went fast? Really fast?
In real time, it has moved very quickly. Only 4 combined fouls whistled so far.
It just, it feels like it's flown by. We've had some other games where it sort of lasted longer with some fouls, maybe a timeout early. 9-6, you don't want to waste a timeout now. Usually if you get down by about 7. I feel like 7 is the magic number as a coach. You say, all right, 7, timeout. The 7 you can get back just a couple threes, or you can get back quicker. But 7 just is like that magic number where you might want to call a timeout.
Oriole a chance for the three-point play coming out of the timeout. Looking to extend this Hanover run, but cannot do it. Rebound for Hegan.
And I say the free throw woes continue as they go 1-2-2 half court.
Different defensive look here from the Bears.
Here comes the trap.
Villanueva in trouble. Travis now double teamed on the sideline, and he loses it to Blix. Blix up ahead for Lucas, who never quite had it. And Hanover will hit the reset button here with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Great defensive possession by Hanover, too. They trapped multiple times. The 1-2-2 half-court trap can be tricky to diagnose and deal with.
Oriole with a wild shot that goes off the window. Rebound for James, and Pelham will walk it into the front court the other way.
He didn't miss many of those the other night, Nick, when he was playing. He made most of those layups going to the basket.
Final minute, first quarter. Coach Davis trying to coach up the defense.
He now went from a 1-2-2 to a man.
Villanueva, a couple of ball fakes, and then a foul on the way up.
A little bit of a bailout. Probably could have kept your hands up. Villanueva is not very big and doesn't look to score often. You don't want to foul guys that don't typically are scorers. You want to make sure you save your fouls for when you need them.
First on Muirhead, only the second team foul against Hanover. Villanueva is going to end the drought as Pelham had gone over 4 minutes without scoring. Villanueva, 5'9", senior guard, one of 7 seniors on this experienced Python roster. Played well, especially on defense in the semifinal overtime win over Cole Brown. Coach Morin said as much in his post-game comments. And you can see why he's a big part of this squad. Chips in with a 2-for-2 trip to the line. He's going to check out and get a pat on the back from the head coach.
Yeah, he's making free throws, right? He got in, did his job, played good defense, and guess when he got fouled, he made the free throws.
Makes it a 1-point game. Final minute, first quarter.
And Pelham's only playing 8. They play 8 players, and Hanover will play maybe, I think, 9.
Blix looking to slash, splits 2, and gets it off the window.
Good move. No help defense on that one from Pelham. Got to help each other out and communicate.
30 seconds, 3-point game.
Back to a man for Hanover. I kind of like that trap they ran, though. That trap is really good, I think, at the end of quarters, too. You can really fluster people.
Hurling tries to power it up. Somebody got a piece of it. Travis sends it back towards midcourt, and that's a backcourt violation. That's turnover number 5 here.
Yeah, that's too many early.
12 seconds, and now Hanover with a chance for the last shot with a 3-point lead.
Let's see if they can get go at 8, attack the basket at 8. That way the other team usually doesn't have a chance to get a shot off, or at least a decent shot off.
And it comes to McLaughlin.
Got to go.
Coach Davis
now.
has cleared it out. Instead, it's Blix on the wing with 5 to shoot. And an offensive foul is called as he tries to fan off Villanueva. That'll leave Pelham with 3 seconds.
Take a look at the replay. See if he stuck that left arm out to throw the defender off. Yeah, he's a little forearm. Knocked Villanueva off a little bit.
So 3 seconds even remaining.
It's only the 3rd turnover, I think, unless I mathematically screwed up.
Hurling won't get it off. So Pelham scored the first 6 points. Hanover rattled off 9 unanswered, and after 1, the Bears have a 3-point lead, 11-8. Second quarter on the other side. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Three-point game as we begin the second quarter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Top seed and defending champion Pelham. They scored the first 6 points of the game. They surrendered 9 unanswered. And Hanover, this young squad made up of primarily sophomores, they lead by 3 as we begin this second quarter. Layup won't go there. A good look for Zach James. Taken the other way by Frechette. Hanover is going to make it a 2-possession difference as the point guard, Ryan McLaughlin, gets his second field goal.
Switched hands when he got there to avoid the block, but that last defensive possession by Hanover was about a 35-40-second possession, and at the end finally gave up that drive and the missed shot, but they really do so well helping each other out. Pelham having a hard time getting any kind of flow offensively.
There's Dumont. Good slashing move for his second bucket.
He needed that one.
The senior able to hang and twist. Make it a 1-possession difference again, 13-10, just over a minute gone by, second quarter. And now a defense chant coming from the Python student section. 2-man game, McLaughlin over the top for Oriole. Tough catch, can't get it off the glass. And the rebound the other way for Justin Bolin, the 5'10 junior for Pelham. Bolin finds Hurling. stops and pops and gut popped as he's knocked down.
Pump fake. Great pump fake.
He'll shoot 2. The senior looking for his first points of the afternoon.
And he's a point guard that scores. So sometimes he waits. He bides his time until third, fourth quarter when they really need him to step up and score. And he's happy just distributing the ball early, getting guys open and getting good shots. As Travis is one of their better scorers.
More subs for Coach Morin. Bolin will sit. Keegan will sit. As Coach is going to go back to his starting 5. 1 for 2 trip for Hurling. And it's a 2-point game at 13-11 Hanover. You know, this one almost turned over. McLaughlin does recover. Long 2 up and in.
Good 15-footer pull-up.
Now count that for Roy Lucas, his second field goal, the sophomore. He's going to force Coach Morin to call a timeout. As Hanover has opened up their largest lead, just a 4-point gap.
Right.
15-11 with 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter.
Well, you don't want to give up easy shots like that. I mean, that was a nice 15-foot pull-up jumper, tough, well defended. Had a hand up, just better offense and defense that time.
Reminder, we're just getting going here in Durham this afternoon. Later today, the Division I boys and girls state finals will be played. It'll be Nashua North and Pinkerton at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the finale between Bedford and Pinkerton for the Division I girls championship comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern. Earlier today, Concord Christian topped Pembroke on the girls' side in Division II. Third straight title for Concord Christian, the first at the D2 level.
Yeah, they were impressive. Very impressive now. They're, third year in a row impressive?
And a foul on James after he was stripped. Got a piece of Frechette from behind at midcourt. Is this Hanover defense continuing to cause problems for the Pelham offense?
Yeah, they have 7. I have 7 turnovers for them so far. And that actually was a good foul by James, though, so he doesn't get an easy layup. So not a bad foul. You just want to get too many of those, and all of a sudden you have 2 or 3 fouls. 1
team foul each way in this second quarter. The Hanover Bears 17-1 during the regular season, and that is why Ryan McLaughlin, he's been big all year. He hits his second from downtown. He's got 8 in this first half. We get a quick foul the other way against the Bears defense as Villanueva was hit on his way to the basket.
Got caught with the hands in the cookie jar. Villanueva again with the free throws. He hit his last 2. They look good. They were clean, smooth, good-looking free throws.
Foul on Frechette, his first. Villanueva 3 for 3.
You don't want to foul Villanueva. So far, we know. You don't want to foul him.
Meanwhile, blitz. It's right back into this lineup after a very short rest as Coach Davis continues to cycle the substitutions frequently. Villanueva, the right-hander, is 4 for 4 at the line, and his team is back within 5 at 18-11.
Unusually, too, Pelham usually gets some threes. They shoot threes, quite a few. They don't have one, and Hanover, who doesn't shoot a lot of them, has 2.
Thompson trying to go around Hurling. Whips it to the corner. Frechette is calling for a travel. That's the second time he has lifted that back pivot foot a little prematurely.
You got to make sure you get your feet set. Right, attack the basket. Shuffle that back foot a little bit there. And again, that's a point of emphasis this year. This year has been traveling calls and the shuffling of the feet and the jump stops that are off where they drag their back foot. You know what it is, Nick? That's become a bad habit because of AAU when they don't make those calls in AAU.
Villanueva left it short. Rebound Daigle. Long outlet pass for Frechette. Frechette to the rim. No, but a foul. Got slammed to the ground by Travis. No argument there from the senior.
Can't say much about that.
As he commits his first foul, the team's second. 3 minutes in second quarter, Hanover has played with the lead most of this first half. Their lead by 5, and Frechette has 2 free throws on the way.
Yeah, in the last game, too, Frechette really didn't look to score much. Fischette was a distributor, a rebounder. I'm not even sure if he made a field goal last game.
Well, Coach Davis did single him out when we spoke with him, praised his defensive effort, as he did a pretty good job against Pembroke's Joe Fitzgerald most of the night.
He did.
That was his main assignment.
Yeah, defensively. And again, the free throw woes continue. They're 0 for 3 so far.
Including an 0 for 2 trip there from Fischette.
Yeah, Coach wasn't happy about that. You know, you shoot as many as you can. You just hope you got to shoot well in the games. And sometimes guys just don't shoot well in games, free throw wise. You shoot a million of them, it doesn't matter.
Hurley, no. Offensive rebound. It's Travis, goes up and draws a foul.
Good rebound, offensive rebound inside. Patience, good fake, waited.
Connor Travis, a key member of this team a year ago that won the championship on this floor. Pelham, a bid for back-to-back titles under Coach Morin. One of 7 seniors. He's going to leave his first free throw attempt of the game short.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about that anymore. Guys are all of a sudden we mention it, we're jinxing the whole thing.
Goes 0 for 2. Offensive rebound, Dumont, and he's fouled in the act.
More free throws.
Well, Pelham, a little bit of a size advantage when you compare the two rosters, and at least on this trip, the offensive rebounds starting to factor in.
And that's just about, sometimes it takes a bounce where you can box out, ball bounces over your head, and there's not a whole lot you can do.
Dumont, go ahead.
Like except rely on your teammates to kind of, help you out from behind and maybe get a rebound when it goes up high like that.
Dumont with 5 points in this first half. The lefty can't hit here. And McLaughlin pinches down for the rebound. Coming up on the midway point, second quarter. Hanover with the basketball and the lead as Daigle gets 2 more.
Another nice bounce pass, all because of the pass.
6'2" sophomore with a couple of buckets off the bench. Hanover by 6. Dumont. And a jump ball is called.
Going to go Hanover's way on the turnover.
Both Daigle and Blitz got a piece of that one. Possession arrow favors Hanover. That'll allow Coach Davis a chance to mix up the lineup. Both Daigle and Muirhead will sit. Coach Morin going to have some subs of his own. Keeps James at the top of the bench. He's going to pull Dumont off the floor as well.
This is a fatigue thing, I think, for the bigger court. That's the only thing I can think of subbing this much is they're concerned about the size of the court.
Both head coaches have cycled the lineups frequently in this first half.
I think it makes a little bit of difference if you're a team that runs all the time, but if you're not, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Rebound hurling off the McLaughlin miss. Villanueva in traffic. Draws a foul.
More free throws for Villanueva.
Went up strong, 2 defenders in the area. Foul goes against Roy Lucas. And that is team foul number 5 against Hanover. So it comes with just inside of 4 minutes to go until halftime.
And only Blix looks like he has 2 fouls for Hanover.
Lucas just committed his first. Villanueva stays perfect at the stripe. He's 5 for 5.
So we at least have one guy shooting free throws well today.
Very well. And that has helped Hanover.
His 6 points have been enormous today.
Rejected.
Great block.
Egan the outlet, hurling, bounce pass is behind Hemmerdinger. And now a scrum in the paint will result in a jump ball.
He will stay with Pelham. Actually, that started out as a great bounce pass, and I think the Hanover player got his hand just a little bit on it to knock it off. Right idea by Hurling, though, for a layup. Hemmerdinger would have had a wide-open layup if that would have gone through untouched.
Villanueva pulled off the floor by Coach Morin. He comes back with James.
And they're playing man on the out-of-bounds. Let's see if Pelham can generate some type of scoring opportunity on the out-of-bounds play.
Look out. James goes flying away from the basketball. Landed on his back near midcourt.
And
Oriole is going to get his second.
That could be costly. They have to take him out here for maybe, they probably should, for about a minute.
So now Blitz and Oriole each with 2 for Hanover. It's got Coach Davis thinking on the sideline. Travis, meanwhile, short ends the front end of a 2-shot trip.
This is his 3rd free throw. He hasn't.
He's 0 for 3.
Yeah,
James will sit after just checking back in. He may be a little ginger after hitting the floor hard a moment ago.
Yeah, you wonder if something's wrong with some guys or they're not feeling that well because they're coming out earlier and more often than we normally would see.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining, second quarter. Hanover with the basketball. Looking to extend their 4-point lead. Oriole for Shet. Thought about it. Now puts it on the deck and goes crashing into Travis. It's an offensive foul. Well, a good job by Travis, able to step in from the weak side to draw the charge. Frechette with 2 fouls now as the Hanover foul situation worsens.
And Hanover has 5, so Pelham will be shooting free throws for the next 3 minutes. Timeout. Good call. Too many fouls if I'm Hanover. Too many fouls. Let's just make sure we play good defense. Be smart offensively. We're right where we want to be. It's 20-16. Right, you want to keep it for them. Again, 35, 40 points. That's their comfort zone, their winning zone. And holding Pelham right now to 16 is huge. Huge. Pelham scores points.
It's been a defensive effort, really both ways. Little turnover trouble out of the gate for each team. That has subsided a little bit here through the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. But, well, nonetheless, we talked about it at the onset. Both teams riding double-digit win streaks. Hanover has won 18 straight. Pelham has won 15 in a row. Both teams passed the eye test, so to speak, back on Tuesday night in the semifinals. But if you look at this 20-16 score at this point in the game, you say it probably favors the Bears.
Yeah, I think that's how they want to play. They're a few times down the floor possessions they've taken shots a little quicker in the possession than they normally might. But this is kind of, like I said, this is where they are. Their wheelhouse, their comfort zone. 20 points now. Defensively, 16 points to the team that scores. You know, perennially can score 60, 70 points, 80 points in a game because they shoot well, they attack the basket well. The defense is stymie. 1-3-1 half court now. Let's see if they trap. There it is. So you got to communicate defensively on the 1-3-1 trap.
Travis had it poked out of his hands and stolen by Daigle.
And that's where, against the trap at least, they got lucky. That's where the ball cannot go.
Meanwhile, Hurling picks the pocket and goes to the tin for 2.
Oh, that worried me. He could have got his second foul there. That would have been disconcerting for Pelham with 2 minutes to go here, 2.5 to go in the quarter.
Instead, he timed it perfectly for his first field goal. 2-point game. Hanover in a bit of a drought here on offense. It's been several minutes since they've scored. Trying to change that here. Sobel in the corner. 3-pointer, no. And here comes Pelham the other way. Hegan, outlet Hemmerdinger. Around the horn it goes for James. 3-pointer, no. Offensive rebound, Travis, and he's fouled on the way up.
Another rebound for Travis. Offensive rebound, his 3rd offensive rebound in the first half.
Senior has gotten after it.
He's very physical inside.
Get a chance to tie the game here at the free throw line. Inside of 2 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, a look back at that first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, plus a preview of the upcoming championship games still to be played here at the Lundholm Gymnasium. All that on the way at halftime.
Yeah, they're keeping it close, right? Free throws are keeping it close. They've shot so many free throws.
Yeah, they've had an advantage at the line.
That's what's kept them close, kept them in the game so far. They've made, 10 free throws.
Travis, after missing his first 4 at the stripe, goes 2 for 2 there. And we are tied at 20. 6 unanswered by Pelham. Bears trying to shake out of a drought. Pull up Jay, no. Another board for Hegan.
Strong rebound for Hegan, strong rebound.
Final 90 seconds, second quarter. Hurling. Jump stop, shot no, follows his own miss. Got that one at the rim, but it rolls out. However, the senior knocked down in the process. He'll shoot 2 more.
Good effort by Hurling. He may have to or want to pick up his scoring a little bit, maybe look to score like on that play. He's not getting they're getting free throws across the board. Villanueva with 6 free throws, and as long as they shoot free throws well, if you can get there, keep making them, it's going to keep you in the game.
Hurling gets that one to drop. He's 2 for 3 at the line. 4 points, 4 rebounds in this first half for the senior point guard.
I expect second half him to pick up his scoring a little bit. He's a good rebounding guard already.
Meanwhile, it's an 8-0 Pelham run.
Little full court man, little pressure on the ball handler, tire him out. That's another tactic you can use. Make the ball handler work hard to bring the ball up the floor for 8 to 10 seconds. He'll tire him out.
McLaughlin underneath for Oriole, can't cash it in. Poked out to Hurling. Villanueva at full speed to the rim, you bet.
Tough shot for Villanueva.
Pelham running and gunning, that's got Coach Morin fired up.
That's an offense is just stalled for Hanover. Oriole can't seem to put the ball, those 2-footers in the basket.
Blitz out of the corner, 3-pointer too strong. Hurling another rebound.
5 rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds for Hurling.
Coming up on 30 seconds remaining. Pelham scored 10 unanswered points.
Thinking about last shot. If I'm coach, I'm thinking about last shot. Not many people do that do it that long anymore, but the way this game is going, last shot. Every possession counts in this game. Every one.
We're down to 15 seconds. Looks like the Pelham Pythons do want the final shot here.
All right, got to attack here soon.
Down to 8. Down to 5. Scott looking for Hurling off the corner curl. 3-pointer is off target. And that'll do it for the first half. Well, Hanover, they played with the lead most of the way, but it's Pelham who scores the final 10 points before halftime. And at the break, the top seed and defending champ, they hold a 24-20 edge over Hanover.
And that was just good defense by Pelham. All of a sudden, Hanover couldn't score anymore. Offense stagnant. Oriole, who usually is consistent with those 2-footers inside, missed a few 2-footers, open ones, contested 2-footers. So defensively, Pelham kind of upped their game in the second quarter and was able to pull ahead, but only by 4. And I think the free throw line right now is the difference for them. A lot of fouls committed by Hanover, a lot of free throws. We can talk about that more when we come back after the break.
24-20 at the break. Coming up, stats, highlights, analysis, a recap of the Concord Christian victory over Pembroke in the girls' D2 final. And then we've got a couple of D1 championships to preview as well. So a lot to get to coming up in just a moment. 24-20 at the break. Pelham over Hanover. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, halftime here in Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. A pumped-up Steve Beals, the executive producer. Pelham with a 24-20 lead over Hanover at halftime. Kind of a streaky first half, as we were just discussing off air. Pelham opened the game by scoring the first 6 points out of the gate. Hanover responded with 8 unanswered, 9 unanswered at the tail end of that first quarter. Second quarter, though, a different story as Pelham's defense started to do things to open up the transition game. Offense clicked a little better. All in all, 10 unanswered points by Pelham over the final 4 minutes, and they lead at the break 24-20.
Yeah, and the difference is free throws, too. Free throws. Pelham is getting to the free throw line. They've gotten there, 18 times or 12 for 18. That's 12 points that you get free throws, 12 free throws. So those are free baskets that they've gotten. And Hanover just kind of went into a scoring drought, and all of a sudden they couldn't score. So you got to be able to score, right, to win the game. And it's kind of where they want it to be. They have 20 points, 24-20. That's what you want for them. But they had some open looks. They turned the ball over. They missed some two-footers. And when you get your opportunities in your Hanover that doesn't score a lot of points, you have to take advantage of those.
Some of the numbers you mentioned from the first half. Pelham 12 of 18 at the line, while Hanover just 0 for 3. Big advantage on the glass for the Pythons as well. Total rebounds favor Pelham 18-10, including 5 of those 18 coming on the offensive end. And then everything else pretty much even. As we take a look at points in the paint, 12-10 Bears.
This three-point situation is strange to me that Hanover has 2.
2 for 6 versus 0 for 2 for Pelham.
Yeah, and Pelham usually shoots some three-pointers, and they kind of that will predicate part of their game is shooting threes. As are most teams, they shoot threes and they want to, get baskets that way. 3 is better than 2, right? That's what they say. So let's see in the second half if Hanover does anything else different defensively, and will Pelham decide to change maybe from man to do something else if they get behind. Right now, you do what works and you stay with it.
All right, we're getting set for the start of the third quarter, and apparently our cameraman John Barron has not gotten the memo.
Johnny B doesn't care
as he continues to occupy space at midcourt.
He does what's needed and what's important in the game, and he wants to have you and I, especially me, on camera as much as possible.
24-20. Any adjustments you see coming here, either way?
Well, offensively, if you're Hanover, you got to hopefully you talked about what can we do to get open, those backdoor cuts, we got to make two-footers. And if you are Pelham, just keep attacking offensively. Maybe they'll get some of those wide open threes. And again, Hanover, you got to get to the free throw line, and you got to make free throws. If that bites them, that would be just horrible for them.
Both teams were 17-1 during the regular season. They did not play each other head-to-head. Pelham, the number 1 seed, via the tiebreaker. And it's the Pythons beginning this third quarter with the lead as they pursue their second straight Division II state championship. For Hanover, it would be their first since the 2007 season.
See, even that shot by McLaughlin, that was a tough shot. He dribbled, he had to spin, pulled up. Tough shot.
Hemmerdinger the rebound. And now Pelham trying to get this kid going. James, he goes off the window. He was 0 for 4 from the floor in that first half. Scoreless over the first 2 quarters, wasting little time getting himself in the scorer's book here.
Yeah, and he is frequently, if I'm not mistaken, their leading scorer. So he wasn't there offensively in the first half. If he shows up offensively, that's just one more weapon that Hanover has to contend with here in the second half.
Oriole inside, going to muscle it up. The sophomore was also quiet in that first half, just his second field goal. But it's big for Hanover. They're back within 4.
And he missed quite a few of those that he normally makes.
Meanwhile, a foul is called here against Blix.
Not happy. The fans
the senior is not
happy.
pleased. The crowd is upset. Hemmerdinger going to shoot free throws.
I don't know why they're not happy about that. Let's take a look. He kind of moved. He moved. That was a blocking foul. That's a good call by the official.
So Blix is hit with his 3rd.
That's not good.
And Coach Davis going to have to go to the bench early and take Blix off the floor. Wyatt Daigle, who played well.
He did. He had 4 points. I was going to say.
Limited minutes in that first half has come on. Meanwhile, Hemmerdinger goes 2 for 2.
There's those free throws again. I think you got to go 2 back to Oriole. I'd attack them inside. Oriole at the paint, pick and roll to the basket, maybe get him down just above on the low block. See what he can do inside, get some baskets that way.
6-point game again. Pick and roll. McLaughlin through a sea of white somehow got it to go. Able to score it high off the glass and the foul.
A triple pump inside for that basket. Tough shot.
McLaughlin the first Bear to double figures now with 10 points.
Yeah, he's been their big bright spot on offense. I mean, he hits a free throw, he's going to end up, hey, there we go. That's their first free throw make of the game.
Collectively 0 for 3 in that first half. 1 possession difference, 28-25. A little bit of a different defensive look here from Hanover as well.
Well, we're in the...
It's like a 1-3-1.
Yeah, 1-3-1 again. They did that in the first half.
Dumont off balance, doesn't matter. Got it off the window.
Little maybe travel on that play, but tough shot. Tough left-handed fade away off the bump.
He's got 7. 5-point game, 2 minutes in, second half.
I know Frichette's a good defender, but he's got to look. If he has open shots, he's got to look to score, too. Can't rely on McLaughlin for all their points.
A patient trip here for Hanover. Oriole ready to fire out of the corner. 3-pointer too strong, but Daigle tracks it down. Sharp angle on the baseline, can't bank it. Now it's Hemmerdinger the other way. Undercut by McLaughlin. Bodies on the floor, and a timeout is called by Coach Davis.
Wow.
Max effort both ways there as several players hit the floor.
If I'm Pelham though, I'll take that Oriole 3 in the corner. I'll give that to them and just say we'll rebound and go. But and what do we get? Daigle comes off the bench, gets that offensive rebound, almost gets the 2-footer in. They managed to get the ball back, right? It should be Hanover's ball, or do we got a jump ball?
It'll be Hanover ball.
Hanover ball. They got the ball back on the turnover, but I mean, you have to have more than just one player, McLaughlin, who has almost half their points. You get some other guys involved and try and get easier. They're just not getting easy looks at the basket. No easy looks at the basket.
Been a game of runs so far. Pelham scored the first 6 out of the gate. Hanover responded late in the first quarter with 9 unanswered. Pelham closed down the first half with 10 straight. And it's been back and forth over the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a battle. I don't feel like anybody's going to get too far ahead unless all of a sudden we have more foul trouble, and we have one player from Hanover.
It's been tight.
Frechette with 3.
It's been tight throughout. Largest lead, 6 points. Both teams held a 6-point edge at one point in that first half. Daigle stripped on the way up. Goes head first onto the ground to keep it alive as Frechette picks up the loose ball.
Daigle works hard coming in off the bench.
And the Bears will have a second try. McLaughlin double pump. No. Hurling a soaring rebound for Pelham.
They just cannot find a basket anywhere.
Hurling with a game high 7 rebounds. Coming up on the midway point, third quarter. Pelham looking to take their largest lead here. Dumont can't give it to him. Travis will.
Good rebound by Travis and strong putback.
Able to rip that one loose from 2 different Bears.
A lot of hands in there. That was still scoring drought, though. Scored a couple baskets, but.
Three-pointer.
That looked good.
And in for Roy Lucas.
They
The
needed
sophomore,
that.
part of this talented sophomore class. Now with 7 in the game, his first 3 since halftime.
They needed that desperately. Big one from Roy.
Hurling, jump stop, and he is called for a travel.
A foul.
Well, the senior wanted a foul, but
I think he got there. There was a
instead
foul.
it'll be Pelham's 10th turnover of the afternoon.
Hard to tell. He kind of leaped and lurched in through there and probably shuffled his feet as well. Looked like he got hit, but he might have traveled before the actual contact.
Coach Morin goes back to the bench as Dumont sits. And we get another look at Brady Hegan, who hit the glass pretty well in that first half. He comes up with a steal here as Hegan proceeds cautiously to the corner. And then this one off the foot of the defender Blix, who also just returned for Hanover.
And a lot of times championship games are won, too, by a reserve, a player that comes in or somebody that's not their main player because everybody sort of keys on that player. And that reserve comes in, plays really well, and boom, there's your win.
Patient set here by the Pythons. 3.5 to go, third quarter.
And they're up 4. They can afford to be patient. Don't need to force anything.
Hanover in a man-to-man.
And again, this is a good defensive possession as well, but it's long. Playing defense this long will tire you out and make you bored.
James off balance. Kept alive, though, by Hegan. Banker by Travis, no. This one's still up for grabs, and then off the fingertips of Frechette, and will stay here with Pelham.
Wow, that was tough. Good offensive rebounding by Pelham. Got to box out, right? That's Hanover does that too. They box out, but today in that possession they did not.
Inside of 3 minutes, third quarter. Hurling lost the basketball.
Yeah, they were looking for that forearm that stuck out there.
Frechette, drive and dump, laid in by Blix.
Another nice pass to get a layup.
Blix just his second field goal. 2-point game again. 5 unanswered by Hanover. Three-pointer Hemmerdinger. High arcer, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Hegan. And now Hanover with a chance to tie or take the lead with 2.5 to go in this third quarter. We've got a timeout here called by Coach Morin.
Really good timeout call. I think they're being very patient on offense, but that's because I think Hanover's defense is still very good. They have lapses occasionally, but sometimes they say, like, if you don't like to play nobody likes to play defense, really. Like, they just don't like it. You like to play offense. You play defense because you have to. The more you can wear a team out defensively and run the ball around over and over, usually somebody will break down and just go, you know what, I'm bored, I don't want to play defense anymore. That's when you attack, and then you end up getting baskets. So the more patient you can be, I think the better.
Both teams were 17-1 during the regular season. Tournament wins for Pelham over Sanborn in the quarters. They needed overtime to take down Co-Brown back on Tuesday night. Hanover, they also received a bye in the first round. No problem with Bow in the quarterfinals, 51-34, and then a 49-43 victory over Pembroke in the semifinals. Hanover looking for their first Division II championship since 2007, whereas Pelham is looking for their second in as many years. Out of the timeout, Blix is blocked. No, offensive foul.
Ran him over.
Scott draws another charge for Pelham. Meanwhile, Blix, that's number 4, with 2 of his 4 coming in this third quarter.
And he's going to have to take a break. It's all right, though. You bring
Daigle
back in. And Daigle should be on the floor anyway. He's played well. Diving on the floor, rebounding, getting 2-footers, putting them in.
Back to the 1-3-1 for Hanover. James, pull up, short. Rebound, Daigle.
There he is again.
Hanover can tie or take the lead here, down by 2. Inside of 2 minutes, third quarter.
And that's when I thought that McLaughlin might have shot.
McLaughlin.
He would rather do that.
Goes off the glass. 5 in this third quarter.
Defensive
13 in the game. He's the game's high scorer.
Yeah, Pelham broke down defensively. Got to make sure you step in front and help him out.
7 unanswered by the Bears. Travis keeps it alive, goes across the paint for Hegan. Slapped away by Oriole.
Good hustle. Thought that was a turnover. Travis has, quietly, 6 offensive rebounds.
There you go. Been a difference maker. Has brought toughness inside for Pelham.
Absolutely.
Not just this year, but was a key piece in that championship run a year ago as well. Here he is. Rejected.
Great block. Great block by Lucas.
Lucas timed that one well. And the Bears with a chance to extend the run. They have scored 7 straight, and they're looking for their first lead of the second half. Extra pass for Shet is open, but that 3 is short. Hurling ends up with the board. And now Pelham with less than a minute look to attack. Hurling in the corner. Stop and pop 3. No. Weak side rebound, McLaughlin. Going to shake off Villanueva and draws a foul at midcourt.
Coach is begging for it. Begging for that call, and he got it. Hands on him. Villanueva, I thought maybe they were going to call. They
get Villanueva with his first.
Yeah, and
now 2 team fouls each way in this third quarter. 38 seconds remaining.
Again, a fast quarter. Very fast quarter.
Pelham going to make another sub as Hegan sits. And Hemmerdinger right back on. 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Game tied at 32. Oriole inside out for Shet, testing the waters at the free throw line. Pass deflected. It ends up with Daigle. Passes from under the basket to the corner. Oriole lofts it back out for Lucas.
Plenty of time.
And now Hanover might be thinking last shot.
Yeah, you have to. You can get a lead, the last second shot. Fouls to give, though. Fouls to give. You don't want Hurling to be the guy giving the foul. Well, luckily, it's only 2, right?
Yeah, Hurling got his hand on McLaughlin a little bit there. That's his second foul. His first since the opening seconds of the game.
Which is good for him because, again, foul trouble the last time we saw him. So
fouled out in the semifinal.
Got to keep him in the game.
Win over Co-Brown. Hanover basketball. We're down to 10 seconds, third quarter. Bears looking for the lead.
See if they get a better shot than Pelham did when they had their last possession.
Wrap around for Oriole, and there's the finish.
That is a better shot. See the timing of that? He went at about 7 or 8. Now they don't even get another shot. That was a great, great decision.
So Hanover ends the quarter on a 9-0 run to take a 2-point lead. Fourth quarter on the other side. Somebody is going to go home with the trophy. We find out who next. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, we begin the fourth quarter with a 2-point game. Hanover with a 34-32 edge over Pelham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. The 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. We have an over-the-back foul called against Travis.
Daigle again with another rebound. Daigle has come off the bench. There's your guy. That's your come-off-the-bench guy who contributes and does something. If they win, he's their special thing that happens. That guy you need.
He's played well.
The turnover battle, too, right now. Hanover's winning the turnover battle until I said that. Oh, but they're still winning. I got 9-12, so they're winning the turnover battle. Shouldn't have said that. But wow.
This was a 2-point game. No, a 4-point game at the break. 24-20 in favor of Pelham. Hanover, they went cold towards the end of the first half. That allowed the Pythons to close out the frame with 12 unanswered points. Here's a steal. McLaughlin in the open floor, undercut by James, who's called for the foul.
Got him hand, reaching in. The official was ahead, too. That's a good call because he was actually ahead. He could see that. Saw the hand go in on the reach and the grab. There it is. Looked like he got him on the arm from a replay. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Bang, bang play. Benefit of the doubt goes to Hanover. We saw the free throw differential, a sizable differential favoring Pelham in that first half. They attempted 18 to only 3 for Hanover. But things have evened out a little bit in this second half as McLaughlin makes them pay there.
He's made his last 3, so he's 3 for 3. And right now, Pelham, yeah, you're right. Pelham hasn't shot a free throw in the second half, and that was enormous. A 12 points for them in the first half, just on free throws alone, and they were only up 4.
Bears in this 1-3-1. That has given Pelham pause as well.
And they're doing a good job switching defenses, too.
James for 3.
They needed that.
Well, he was held scoreless in that first half. All 5 of his points, including that one from downtown, have come since the break.
Erling better be careful. He's got his hands kind of leaning on McLaughlin.
That bucket for James also ended an 11-0 run for Hanover. Daigle inside, trying to power it off the glass, can't get it. James the rebound, tries to stay in bounds.
Oh, the timeout call. Instead of the lean, he almost fell out of bounds.
Is that Coach Morin from the sideline?
Either that or the player called it. I'm not too sure who called it. I think the player might have called that. Yeah,
I see the replay there. James on his way out.
What did he call timeout?
Somebody did.
He must have yelled it. You can yell it. You don't have to signal it. You can yell it. So smart play, but in terms of timeouts, too, they still have, if that's correct, they have 3 left. Hanover has 2, so that's okay.
Both these teams were really the teams to beat all season long, both with identical 17-1 records during the regular season.
They should be playing each other.
They did not play each other and have not in 2 years.
That's weird.
However, a collision course in this tournament. Both teams with byes in the first round, convincing quarterfinal victories, and then had to gut out a couple of semifinal wins back on Tuesday against two stubborn opponents in Pembroke and Co-Brown. For Hanover, just their second trip to the championship in 16 years, looking for their first title since 2007. They were runners-up in 08. And then, of course, Pelham, as we know, they beat Pembroke on this floor a year ago and are looking to make it back-to-back titles under head coach Joe Morin.
And we talked about when Bedford lost in the semis how hard that is. You have a big, giant target on your back. And you're the champion. Everybody wants to beat you. Everyone. And they give it, you always get their best. And so it's just really hard to repeat in any sport because that's the way it is, the nature of sports. Everybody plays harder against the champion, right? But this game and the scoring way it is, 36-35, is where Pelham wants it, or where Hanover wants it to be. A low-scoring game.
2 minutes in, fourth quarter. Pelham looking to retake the lead. They've led by as many as 7. Fade away for hurling, no. Ball ends up out of bounds and back over to Hanover. The senior wanted a foul.
Yeah, he wanted the foul on the pump fake. He leaned in maybe a little bit. He might have gotten that and just kind of throw it up, maybe, but it wasn't a lot there.
So now Hanover hoping to pad their lead.
See how long they make this possession last before they take a shot.
Blick stumbled, lost the ball.
No, that wasn't too long.
Hurling into a crowd, offensive foul.
Wow, good defensive stance. I'll see the Wizard take a look at that, see if he went down a little bit early though on that charge. A little bit, didn't get hit much. Little elbow came out, a little bit, so good call.
That's the third on Hurling.
And all of a sudden, Hurling, 3 fouls. That could be huge going forward.
Lucas pull up 2. Short from straight away. Weak side rebound for James. Again, the Pythons looking to retake the lead. 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter.
Low scoring quarter so far.
Both coaches fully engaged near midcourt.
Two to 3 this quarter so far. 2 to 3.
Scott wraparound pass. Dumont trying to work into the paint. Drops it underneath. Hurling is there for the finish.
Tough shot.
That's his first points of the second half, and the Pythons have retaken the lead.
1 point lead, and Hanover does not score very many easy baskets, so them playing with the lead is where they want to be. They don't want to chase and play from behind.
Coming up in the midway point, fourth quarter, McLaughlin's 3, not there, but Oriole off the bounce keeps it at this end for Hanover.
A fortuitous rebound for Oriole.
McLaughlin step through, draws a foul.
2. He's done that multiple times. Gets to the basket, steps through, and finds a way to get shots at the basket.
And he really maximizes the footwork as we see there.
Yeah, he does.
Fouls on James, that's his 4th.
Oh.
In the team's 4th.
They have some foul issues right now
well.
going forward. They need James in the game.
So the Pythons up against the limit. Meanwhile, Ryan McLaughlin, another rock-solid floor game for the floor general.
He's been
8
perfect.
points now in each half, and he's hit 4 straight free throws.
Yeah, he's been perfect at the free throw line, and nobody else has.
Part of this talented sophomore class for Coach Davis. 2 for 2 trip, and we're tied again. It's 37. Midway through fourth quarter. McLaughlin going for the steal. Knocked it out of bounds. Trying to plead his case to the referee, Peter Burkhardt, who's not having it. It'll be Pelham ball.
I think that.
Well, now the other official, Pete McKinney, is going to step in here.
No, for some reason I think they were concerned it was a scoring issue. Is it 38? Yeah, it's 38-37. I thought
they just
so.
added a point
they
for
did.
Hanover.
I thought they were down down 1, and he made 2 free throws. So, yeah, I thought that was right. When I saw 37, you said, I'm like, I don't know if that's right. But,
yeah, they just added the 38th point for Hanover, so it's a 1-point Bears lead.
I think that's what McLaughlin was fired up about on that last play, and then they fixed it. But
meanwhile, on the pick and roll, looks like they're going to get Daigle on the hedge.
First foul, too, of the quarter.
Yeah, it's the second personal against Daigle, but you see there on the hedge, stuck out the right leg.
Do you see we have cheerleaders down there?
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
Yeah, the first time we've seen cheerleaders, right? I mean, in a playoff game, I think we haven't seen cheerleaders yet. What do they do? Why aren't the others? Where's Hanover?
Hemmerdinger with the runner.
Where are those Hanover cheerleaders?
Hemmerdinger now with 6.
You can't keep the Hemmerdinger down long, Nick.
Pelham back out in front by a point as we continue to seesaw in this fourth quarter. 3.5 to go in the state championship. The Pelham fans chanting defense. The Bears taking their time.
And McLaughlin's the guy that makes them go too. He runs the show, gets them organized. He's taken most of the good shots, gotten to the foul line, obviously.
Frechette for Daigle. Over the defenders. No. Tipped out. Hurling has his 9th rebound, a game high. And the point guard going to slow it down as he comes into the front court with 3 minutes to go. Pelham by 1 and the ball. This one off the leg of Dumont. James is on the floor and a jump ball is called.
Another turnover for Pelham.
Possession arrow favors the Bears, so it's Hanover ball.
If for some reason they don't win, they have 14 now, that's going to be what they're going to think about as they turn the ball over just a little bit too much.
14 giveaways today for Pelham. And what do you have on the other side?
10? 10 yep. for Hanover, which is not too bad. For a high school game, not too bad.
I'll take 10. Bears need a bucket inside of 3 minutes. Frechette calling for a pick.
Too much dribbling, ladies and gentlemen.
Bounce pass, Oriole.
There it is.
Dropped the shoulder into the defender, and an offensive foul is called. That's the third charge that Travis has drawn this afternoon for Pelham.
Yeah, great defensive job. That was an obvious charge. Good call by the official. Can't lower that shoulder and just use your size to put the hammer down.
So, 2.5 to go as the clock continues to play a bigger and bigger role down the stretch. And Hurling is fouled again.
And that's what I mean. Hurling, if they need offense, he needs to be aggressive here at the end of the game. Free throws are really important now. I mean, they're always important, but right now, with a 1-point game, hugely important.
Got that one. Well, again, as we talked about, 18 attempts for Pelham in that first half. Not as many in the second half, but Hurling a chance for a couple clutch makes here, and he'll give it to his team. They're up 3.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the only 2 they've taken this half.
He's working on a double-double as well, 9 and 9 for Hurling. And you're right, those were the first 2 free throw attempts for Pelham since halftime.
I was looking at that. Even Hanover has 4, so that's kind of a huge change from the first half.
Oriole spins, but can't bank it. The rebound goes to Travis. And now Pelham with a chance to make it a 2-possession game as we're inside of 2 minutes. Hurling lost it out of bounds, but they say it was Lucas, the defender, who touched it last. So it'll stay with Pelham. 3-point
game. Got to handle the ball, run your offense, keep trying to play like you've been playing. You can take a little time off the clock. Now, see, that's what I would talk about. If you're Pelham, handle the ball, take some time off the clock, run a little bit off, then attack offensively. Because they're not getting points. Are not easy in this game, right? Neither team has been able to score points easily. Pelham has done a great job containing Hanover's offense. Without McLaughlin, I mean, they'd be in big trouble. They wouldn't be close without McLaughlin getting to the basket and getting layups and free throws.
Well, it's been a game of runs as we talked about. Pelham jumped out early, 6-0. Hanover rattled off 9 in a row to close out the first quarter. However, Pelham ended the first half with 10 unanswered. They led at the break 24-20. They extended that lead at one point to as many as 7 in the third quarter before Hanover rattled off 11 in a row when you bridge the third to the fourth quarter. Pelham, though, has come back over the last several minutes to retake the lead, and now have a 3-point edge, 41-38 with 1:55 remaining, as the Pythons look for back-to-back Division II champions.
You get back-to-back, I'm going to give a little credit to the shoes. They have matching shoes. I'm not a fan of the colors, but I love the matching shoes. You say, money, it's got to be the shoes, right? I do love matching. Matching shoes are the best, but why purple? I don't know why you pick purple. If you're a Python, you're like got some green, maybe if you're going to go with that. Green, right? Green or black or something.
And it comes to hurling. Final 1:55 here in Durham. Hurling to the rim, count it, and the foul.
That is a huge bucket by Hurling.
Well, they got it to the senior point guard, and they gave him the green light.
Yeah, they might have said, listen, we see an opening. When you get the ball back in, attack the basket. We'll set a high screen for you. Just go as hard as you can and get the ball.
It's also number 5 on Blix. So Blix is done. Christian Blix, the senior, one of 3 seniors on this Hanover Bears team, playing his final game this afternoon. He is fouled out. And you can see the big man a little emotional as he's taken out of the game. No, now they're going to change it. Okay, so Blix, they put the 5th foul on the board. They just took it off. Blix is going to come back into the game as they gave Lucas his 4th. So now a little different dynamic for the final 1:49. Both Blix and Lucas for Hanover with 4 fouls each.
He must have held up the different number or just got, they're similar looking players, so maybe that was the problem. Hurling again, free throw wise. Again, 3 for 3 this half for Pelham. That's it.
He's got a team high 12 points.
6-point lead against Hanover, too. Is a big lead.
This one off the foot, out of bounds.
Oh, off the foot of Pelham? Really? Well, let's see what the Wizard has to say about that.
Well, the officials are going to keep it at this end.
Did you see that? I got to see that like 3 or 4
Tough
more
to tell.
times.
So, Pelham has scored now 7 unanswered. McLaughlin trying to change that with a 3. No. Blix follow no. 3rd time a block and then a foul on Hurling, and that is number 4 against the senior. So Blix, good thing for Hanover, he's still in the game. Back-to-back offensive rebounds and a chance for 2 here at the line. Free throw, though, is a miss.
The woes continue with the exception of McLaughlin. The woes continue.
Blix gets that one. 5 points for the 6'3 senior.
5 points today. That's a monster lead today.
And 5 points the difference on the scoreboard. 44-39. Full court press from Hanover. They clear it out. Hurling left-hand dribble into the front court. Guarded by Lucas. And a foul on Lucas as he reaches in. That is the 5th team foul against Hanover. So now both teams are in the bonus.
Big free throws right here. Really big free throws. I think every free throw at this point is going to be big.
Hurling has had the ball in his hands a lot this afternoon. A lot this season, a lot over his career. The floor general, the unquestioned leader on the floor, the point guard. Misses a free throw here. He's got 12 points tonight to go with 9 rebounds unofficially.
Yeah, he's played a good game.
He's going to go 1 for 2 at the line here.
Got the bounce.
6-point difference.
Doesn't
2-possession game. 1:15 to go.
Doesn't matter how it goes in, as long as it goes in, right?
McLaughlin lost the ball. Hurling has the steal. Up ahead to Hemmerdinger. Hemmerdinger left hand, you bet.
Nice shot by Hemmerdinger.
So Hurling making it happen on the defensive end. Hemmerdinger with the layup. Now it's McLaughlin who is called for the offensive foul as Travis draws another charge in the paint for Pelham.
He was waiting for him to get there. Easy call. Look, I think he didn't move at all. Not at all. Great call by the official on the baseline.
And this one's starting to come apart at the seams.
You can feel it.
If you're Hanover.
50 seconds, you can feel it. Here comes a Hanover full court press.
It's a 10-1 run by Pelham.
Almost a turnover.
James into the front court. 40 seconds and a foul is called as Lucas reaches in from behind.
He stuck his hand in. Now you're going to have to foul or something to get him at the free throw line.
Reminder, after the game, we'll speak with the winning head coach. We'll hope to get a player or two on as well.
They get so excited, though. They're over there so excited.
So here's James. He was scoreless in the first half. Had 5 points in the third quarter. Hanover's done a good job of denying him the basketball and making things tough on the senior, who has been one of Pelham's more prolific scorers in his career. A chance to pad his stat total here at the line and perhaps push this thing up to 10 points for the first time this afternoon.
I'm not too sure Hanover can score 10 points in 41 seconds. With the way they offensively today, a little bit challenged, I don't think that's going to happen. Now 11.
49-39. Backdoor broken up by Travis, stolen and sent up ahead for Hurling, who's got two more.
I think that's Pelham. About it, folks.
They're putting it to bed now.
Refrigerator doors closed.
It's a 14-1 run, and Hurling's got another steal, full speed, and met at the rim and fouled at the iron. Good hustle by the defender for Shet, but a little too late for Hanover as they trail by a dozen with just under 14 seconds remaining, as Pelham in the midst of a 14-1 run in this fourth quarter, looking for back-to-back state championships.
Now, Hanover's only scored 5 points in this quarter. 5 points to what? I got 19-5 this quarter, I think, if that's right.
Coach Morin going to pull some of his seniors off the floor. Dumont checks out. Hurling misses two and is going to stay on the floor.
Yeah, just don't touch anybody and let him go. No foul, let him shoot.
Final seconds, McLaughlin on the fade. Won't get it. Oriole underneath. Gets a two. Without a quick timeout by Coach Davis.
Milk this
with
thing,
less than 2 seconds to go. 1.8
Get a couple
remaining.
Of subs in there. We had a guy come in off the bench out of nowhere. Who is it? Number 30 there. Fredette came in, tried to take a charge right in there at the end of the game.
That's Jacob Fredette.
He wanted to get a charge. He wanted that charge.
One of the 7 Pelham seniors. Going to see the floor, and you can see the celebration starting a little early on the Pelham sideline. Still an even 2 seconds.
That's pretty much
remaining.
Yeah, you could celebrate now. I don't think that's premature celebration. I think we're okay.
We're going to hope to speak with Joe Morin Sr., the Pelham head coach, on the eve of his second championship. And we'd love to get a word with Dom Hurling as well. We're going to see if we can hook that up.
Hopefully get a player. They get so excited and they kind of get into it over there, we might lose them, but that'd be fun to get him.
Of course, the ceremony on the floor is set to begin as well. Both the runner-up medals and the state championship trophy presentation. All that coming your way live. So don't go anywhere. Final 2 seconds. Hemmerdinger runs out the time, and the Pelham Pythons, for the second time in as many seasons, are the Division II champions of the NHIAA as they win this one 51-41 over Hanover. They pieced together a 14-1 run in that fourth quarter to break it open. And after a 17-1 regular season, a perfect 3-0 postseason tournament, Pelham wins 16 straight, and they get it done yet again in 2024.
And you know what's interesting too? They only scored 7 points, I think, that quarter. Right? I had them for 5. They scored 7 points, But all of a sudden, I was talking about the turnover battle, and Hanover ended up with 15 turnovers and 14 turnovers. So for Pelham, it just sort of, the game just changed, and Hanover just couldn't score. So defensively, Pelham was very good. Very good defensively. Very impressive ending to that game defensively for Pelham. So they should be very proud of that. Very proud.
All right. They're going to clear, or attempt to clear, the some of the bleachers here at Lundholm Gymnasium. We got still some time before the 4 o'clock tip between Nashua North and Pinkerton, but some folks starting to hit the exits. But more importantly, we've got the hardware presentation at midcourt. First for Hanover as the runners-up under head coach Ben Davis, 17-1 during the regular season. They had won 18 in a row when you add in the 2 tournament victories. 18 in a row coming into today, but despite leading at one point in that fourth quarter, 38-37, the offense dries up a bit.
Yeah, just couldn't
a couple
score.
of bad turnovers. And in the end, they're going to have to settle for second place after falling 51-41. But this is a squad with a bright future. Only 3 graduating seniors. A ton of sophomores who cut their teeth in real time this season.
Very young.
Gained some real experience in the postseason, including this afternoon. So I'm sure Coach Davis, it's going to sting on that ride back west.
A long ride. That's a
long ride
long
across
ride
the entire state. But I'm sure when he wakes up tomorrow, he'll maybe have a different outlook, given that so much of this unit is coming back next year.
Right. It'll bum him out for at least a week. You know, we talked about before we get this close. You go that far, you play this many games, and all of a sudden you get that close, and you don't win. And I go, and these are the 2 teams that should be playing in the championship game, I think. So that's a very fitting final that we had. It was just experience, I think. Experience of Pelham outlasted this sort of upstart Hanover team that has just played, wonderfully the whole year. Different style of basketball, low-scoring games, but kind of that low-scoring game kind of bit them a little bit in the end here when they couldn't score in the fourth quarter. Defense, though. Pelham defensively was very good.
So Pelham, they get it done back-to-back. A lot of those kids were a part of the Division II state champion football team as well.
That's a great year for them, right?
By the way, on the hardwood, Pelham has won 42 straight.
42 straight games?
On the gridiron.
On the gridiron, 42 straight. So how many years have they've won the title? 4 years in a row, right?
Yep.
Wow.
So it's
powerhouse.
Turning into a championship town, for sure.
So. Jeez.
As they get another one here.
They thought about moving up?
What's that?
They think about moving up?
Well, you'd have to ask athletic director Todd Crest.
I mean, you win 4 in a row like that in football. You want to maybe think about moving up 2 in a row in basketball. I mean, give yourself a little bit of a challenge. I think they could compete in Division I.
It'll be interesting to see on the gridiron what happens with 24-year head coach Tom Bababian stepping down as of recently. So there'll be a new head coach on the sideline in 24. Meanwhile, Joe Moran, you can see he's as happy as anybody in the mix with his students, with his student athletes, his players.
Fired up.
He's got a big smile on his face. He's got a fistful of gold there, gold medals.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, we saw him. He was kind of off by himself before the game started, just taking in the sights and sounds. Yeah, and you could tell, as much as these coaches try to downplay it every time we ask them, what does a championship mean to you? What would it mean to you, et cetera? They always, and rightfully so, try to put the attention on the players. But you know this as well as anybody. You want to win the title if you're competitive, at least as a head coach.
You do. You hate to lose. Most of the time you hate to lose. But it's weird. When you do lose, you feel much worse for the kids. And all you do is think about what you could have done differently. What could have I done differently to help them? What could have I done differently? And it's all about the kids. That's what it's supposed to be about. The game is supposed to be fun. If you can make it fun for them at the same time and they enjoy it and you win championships, then you've done your job, right? So your job really is to not screw it up. If your team is really good, then just don't screw it up as a coach, right? If your team isn't very good and you can get them to improve like Hanover did, then you've done your job in terms of improvements, right? But your players still have to buy in and improve on their own. They still have to do that. Like Hanover did. They improved. They just, offensively challenged in that fourth quarter, whereas Pelham, again, we can't say that only on offense. Pelham played really good defense in that second half.
Yeah.
I've said that a million times here in the last couple of minutes, but they really have.
Some of the final numbers. Dom Hurling, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals.
Huge.
For Pelham. He was the only player in double figures. Did have help from Peter Hemmerdinger and Adrian Villanueva. Both scored 8 points apiece. Villanueva 6 of 6 at the free throw line, all in the first half. And then Connor Travis in his final game was outstanding defensively. Drew 4 charges. All right. We've got Coach Morin joining us live. We'll speak with Dom Hurling in just a moment. Coach, thanks for coming over. Congratulations.
Good to see you guys again.
Absolutely.
Fourth quarter, you came alive. Your
Yep.
team did. 14-1 was the run to put the game in the rearview mirror. What was special about those final 5 minutes?
Like, I told you guys the other night, these guys come to play. They come and get it. They never stop believing in themselves. And, if you heard our huddles over there, everybody was chirping and, hey, guys, we need to do this. Somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to do that. And, that's what it took. It took everybody pulling together, playing as a team. We kind of got away from that in the third quarter. It was more individual basketball. And then, we just had guys making plays.
Defensively, Connor Travis drew 4 different charges. All of them seem like we're at a big time in the game. Does he really exemplify the grit and the toughness of this unit?
Yes, Connie just comes up huge for us. And the funny thing about that, we had 2 charges taken all season.
That's it?
And I'm telling you guys, I drill that every day. I tell somebody's got to step in and take a charge. Somebody's got to step in and take a charge. Last year, Connor was second in the team on charges, and Alex Carroll was number 1. And you remember the ones he took in the championship game. And, Connor just showed you today that he's a winner. And, we talked about how people were saying that, the Oreo matchup was a mismatch for them. And, I told Connor and I told Logan that. And I said, they think they have a mismatch. And Connor's like, I'm ready, coach.
So you challenged them, and they met the challenge.
But you know what? They know what the challenge is.
Right.
They know it. I don't need to tell them.
But you did the job today on that. You out-rebounded them by 7. You shot 29 free throws and went 20 for 29. They only shot 10. So all those things that you did, and Oriole was not really a factor in the game at all. So you outplayed them all those ways.
I was listening to the other broadcasts, and you saying how important free throws were. I kept drilling my guys on it. We've been shooting about 65% for the season. So
look at that.
Out of 29, I'm thinking we're about 70 close to it.
Yeah, look at that difference right there. Free throw percentage 69% even, so 70% you could say, and that for you ends up basically winning you the ball game because you made free throws.
Yep.
How do you celebrate tonight, Coach?
Well, this has been a busy 2 weeks for us. My oldest son, he has an 18-month-old, and we just had twins 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So I got 3 grandson boys now. So we're gonna go home and we're gonna have fun, and we're probably gonna unwind, to be truthful with you, because it's been a whirlwind.
I bet.
We've been going down. They live down in Peavy, and we've been whipping down there to take care of my guys.
Never stops,
Yep.
huh?
Oh, great. That's
Coach,
great.
congratulations.
And one shout
Great
out.
win.
Thank you.
One shout out to my biggest fan and biggest supporter is my wife, because all season long she was like, "You guys are going to do it. You guys are going to do it." She was the first one that said it last year, and she was always on top of me. You guys got it.
Well, you're getting big points for that today because she deserves that.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you, Coach. Joe Morin joining us here courtside following a 51-41 win over Hanover. We are momentarily going to be joined by Dom Hurling. And again, a job well done. 2 years in a row, Pelham,
He's popping.
the king of the hill in Division II.
Game, basketball game, grandkids. It sounds whirlwind, chaos. His life is chaos, and yet once he finds time to come down, coach a game, and then probably run back and see grandkids again, right? So that's great for him. Good for him.
Always something, for sure,
right? Always
with these coaches. Well, Coach, you can see the passion. You can hear the passion in his voice.
Absolutely.
Wanted to get this one done for this group of seniors. And 7 points in the end is what happens when his team really gears in and they get over the finish line with a 14-1 run.
That's huge.
As well.
That's a huge
All right,
run.
here is Dom Hurling. Congratulations, sir.
Man of the hour.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
An outstanding game by you and your team. In your mind, what was the turning point there in the second half? Things were tight, and then you broke away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they played us very tough throughout the first half. Second half, we really had to step things up offensively and defensively. We had to really help on defense and get to our points where we were supposed to get and work as a team and win this game.
Yeah, it was a team effort.
Yep.
For sure.
For sure.
You got the ball in your hands a ton, being the point guard. Were you looking to score a little more tonight at points in the game, or was it
second
business
half,
as
definitely.
usual?
First half, I was being a little sloppy. Second half, I really had to step it up and just go out there and play my best and try to get to the rim and help this team win.
Foul trouble, not seemingly an issue for you tonight. You fouled out in the semifinal win over Cole Brown.
I try to keep that to a minimum today.
You picked up one right away.
Yep.
And it didn't seem to phase you moving forward.
No, I knew I wasn't going to get any more fouls. Picked up that one early. It just really made me not try to foul the rest of the game, basically.
Well, you had 15 and 9 today. 9 rebounds as a point guard is a big deal, right? When you came out in the third quarter or fourth quarter and you drove, you guys had right after the quarter, you came out, you drove right to the basket and scored. Did you talk about that before you guys came out and said, look, there's an opening. Do you think I can get there? Did you talk about that at all?
Me and Peter Hemmerner came out to me and go, get this bucket right now. So I got the ball, got a screen, and got right to the rim like he told me. And I was destined to score on that play.
See, that's exactly what we were talking about. That I go when they had that, you ran that play when you came in. That was a perfect opportunity to score. And defensively, you guys, you were phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in the second half.
Connor
especially.
Travis, I like to shout him out. He took 4 charges this game. Unbelievable effort. That big man couldn't do anything against him. And we really just played together, good help defense, and really shut them down in the second half.
Absolutely, you did. We talked a lot about that. And Coach said you only had, if I'm not mistaken, your team only had 2 charges taken the whole year.
Oh, yeah.
4 today.
We haven't really taken any charges this year. We really, towards the postseason, really try to step that up and get that involved because I know turnovers really are a big difference in this game, and charges bring the energy towards us.
Oh, good for you. 2 in a row. Target on your back. Good win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's on the cards for you moving forward? Any idea next year where you'll be, or
I think
too early?
It's still too early. I'm still looking towards big colleges. Not really trying to play sports in college, I don't think.
There's always a walk-on opportunity wherever you go.
Right. That'll always be an option.
How about tonight? How are you guys going to celebrate?
We're just going to go out to dinner as a team and really celebrate, take everything in for our seniors, our last game. So it really means a lot to us.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Congratulations again.
Appreciate it. Dom Hurling, the man of the hour. We'd like to speak with Travis as well. If you can get him over here. Yep, we got him. This is Connor Travis, the senior. Thanks for joining us on short notice, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good job.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach was telling us he challenged you a little bit before the game. What did he say?
He told me that they've been saying it's a mismatch all week. I was too small to guard him. Then I had to step up through, grab a couple charges, make some plays happen.
You had more than a couple. You had 4.
Jeez, he's 4.
Obviously, a big moment last year for you guys when you won the championship. How's it feel now as a senior to do it a second time?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to win with this group of guys. How close we are. It's a brotherhood, truly. I don't know. Words can't even describe it. It's awesome.
7 seniors on the team. You guys are all close, I
yes,
assume?
sir. All so close. We're brothers.
And then on the football field, right, as well, a lot of these guys played football and celebrated that championship back in November. I asked this about Dom. I'll ask it of you. What do you think was the turning point there in that fourth quarter?
We all gathered in a huddle, and when we came together and we said we're not going to lose this game. And when we said that, we meant it. It's a tight brotherhood here. We have great chemistry. We think we can get anything done at any time.
And Pelham, traditionally, I think, has always played gritty. You guys are gritty and tough. You get down defensively. You just completely stop them in the fourth quarter, and we're able to win the game that way. Do you feel like you guys are a gritty bunch?
Oh yeah. Since I was a freshman, we got taught from a young age always be the hardest working guy, always be the toughest guy. Don't take anything from anyone. and it helps us on the basketball and football, obviously.
Absolutely.
Paid off again.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Yeah,
Thank you,
good
guys.
win.
Thank
good
you.
win.
I appreciate it.
That's Connor Travis, part of the backbone of that back line of the defense. They get it done.
They were so
Final
good.
of 51-41 here as we continue to hear some live reaction
Yeah, you
from
know,
the Pelham side of this one.
You know, it's interesting too. Did you hear how many times they said that they thought I think we talked probably on the broadcast. They all heard it that we talked about. We thought Oriole could be a problem inside for pretty much anybody they play just because of his size and the way he played against the last game. And in this game, he pretty much wasn't really a factor, and they did a good job taking him out of the game.
Some of the final numbers as we begin to wrap up this one. Tom Hurling, 15 and 9, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals in the win for Pelham. Had help from Hemmerdinger and Villanueva, 8 points apiece. James and Dumont each chipped in with 7. And then Travis, he had 6 points, 6 rebounds, and as we mentioned, the 4 drawn charges. In the loss, Ryan McLaughlin made a name for himself in this postseason tournament for sure. Another sharp game today for the sophomore. He'll be back next year. 17
future
and 17.6 rebounds. Both were team highs in the loss for Hanover. Justin, your final thoughts?
I just think Hanover has a lot to look forward to with all those young players going forward, going from 0-11 to the championship game this year. That's a huge turnaround. You don't hear that very often from that 0-11 start and then kind of have to work your way back. But then again, on the other side, Pelham has sort of created something. They just win. They win in football. They win in basketball. And that's a mentality that if you can keep that up, you're going to continue to win. Because every player in your feeder program comes up, they expect to win as well.
Right.
Like they're not going to be seasons where they're not very good. We're good for 1. We're not good for 3 or 4. They have a consistent program that manages to win all the time. They may not win the championship every year, but they're going to be close. They're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to get close. And this is 2 in a row. That's huge. Do they move up? I don't know. Numbers-wise, do you think about petitioning to move up and see if you can compete at the next level? I don't know. Contentment at this level with success, I think that's a good thing too.
Yeah. 51-41 is the final. All right, we are about halfway home.
Almost.
Here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Still 2 more state championship events to get to. Coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern, it's the boys Division I championship between Pinkerton and Nashua North. We'll have coverage of that, of course, beginning just prior to that top of the hour tip. And then we round out the day on the girls' side in Division I. Bedford and Pinkerton will square off at 7 o'clock Eastern. Final score, final time in this one. It's Pelham 51, Hanover 41. This has been a presentation of the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.